Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Now, one of the viewers had mentioned that he noticed I was wearing a different watch lately. And he commented a little bit about his interest in watches, and then I said that in today's episode of I Remember, I'll wear what I call my John F. Kennedy wristwatch. And yeah, you can see it there. Anyway, yeah, I call it my John F. Kennedy wristwatch because I got it, I think, about 2 days before John F. Kennedy was shot. So, yeah. Anyway, now let's move on. We are going to solder our spider today, and it is laying crooked on the array there, you might call it. In other words, the frame of the radar unit is sitting crooked on the array, pretty much the way it was yesterday. I haven't done anything here, but I am convinced that today we are actually going to do some soldering. Yeah, I have a tendency to get really badly sidetracked, and yesterday was no exception. So let's try and do a little bit different today. Try and keep today's episode, I'm going to guess, 75% about the model ship. Okay, yeah, let's recompose here. Get ourselves all plugged in with our nice little soldering iron here. Some people were wondering, which one it is that I've got. Well, this one is actually this one here that I'm going to superimpose right now, so that you'll know. It's kind of pricey, but it sure works good. Anyway, let's get recomposed here and get our. I think we better put our macro lens on. Well, we will eventually put our macro lens on, and we'll just get right in and try and not glob the solder on like when I did that. Where is it? Our railing here? Is this? No, this isn't it. Anyway, the railing that has to go on one of these pieces here. Yeah, I kind of got it on a little bit heavier than I needed to, so I'm going to try and do it a little bit more, you might say, delicately this time. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, let's try and remember now to keep the camera stopped down. I think just by luck I got it almost in exactly the right place. This one that I want to solder first, it should actually go back on just a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to try something here. You notice I got one of the holder downers, and my thinking is that when I'm poking around on here with the soldering iron...
For that, you'll need to connect to a Wi-Fi network or install a SIM card first.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, my smartphone. Every once in a while it thinks I want to know something, and it cranks out information that generally isn't relevant. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, we got this here. What was I doing? Yeah, I was going to try and just drop this down on there, just to see if it's going to maybe squash. This is the first time I'm doing this. I like to do everything live, you might say, so that, it's not a big surprise, or I'm not faking a big surprise. Yeah, that's going to work. Now I don't have to fake being pleased. Now, if I could just shove this back just a tiny little bit. Okay, it's pretty well right, isn't it? Okay, now we'll put the macro lens on and we'll move in right here. Okay, I moved in about as close as I can get here. And this solder paste is way past its expiry date. Now, I don't know if that means that it loses its effectiveness as a solder. Try and get it off here. We go through this problem every single time. Yeah, if it's lost its ability as a solder, or is it a case of they're afraid that it'll dry out in the tube and you can't squeeze it out? Or is it a case of they just want to make more money and they tell you it's going to expire? You know, we live in such an honest world, why would that come off? No, come on. It just sticks to the tube. I just want the tiniest little bit off. Probably gonna there. Now that's more than I want. Let's see if I can smear some of that off there. Oh. Okay, now there's another way of doing this, and that would be to put some liquid flux on the photo etch and then have it wick its way up off of the. Maybe that's what I should do. Let's try this one more time. There, I kind of got it. Okay, we're gonna have to push stop for a minute while I get the soldering iron heated up. Okay, I'm guessing about 5 minutes has passed here, and we are at 370 degrees Celsius. I think I can sand that. You can see where there's a little tip of it has drawn off. I think I can with the sanding stick I can just sand that off. Now that should be a fairly strong joint there. Don't know if I should try and build it up anymore or not. I think the joint is stronger, but now I've got more to sand off. But that's okay. We can get rid of that. Unless maybe I go like this. Whoops. Just trying to rub it off there. Okay, I think I made it some better, but now I've got a little bit of it, a little tiny bit right there where I'm almost touching. Okay, let's quit messing with it. Let's try and get some of the corners in place now. Now, I was about to start moving everything around, and I noticed that this corner here is already basically in place. Now, is this going to draw up on top, or have I got to reposition this? Okay, I've swung everything around about 90 degrees. We did this one. We did this one. And now we're going to try and get this one over here. And I'm going to just very carefully just drop my holder downer on it, just to make sure that it's almost pushes it down out of sight, doesn't it? Okay, hope it didn't push it out of focus. Now it's okay, I'm wondering. Are you going to come off nicely for me now? There. Now probably what's going to happen is this is going to slump and fall off on me. Now we want to try and draw it up on the top. So be careful I don't burn my fingers. Okay, that will be a really strong one. Okay, I was just about ready to say I am now lifting the holder downer off of the top of our part here, because I realized that you wouldn't be able to see it. You're looking right down here. Then I thought, well, why not set the other camera on the table and you can see what I'm doing. Now, sorry to get my hands in your way here. Okay, we have a small problem here. And that is, where's something to turn this around with? Maybe this will do it. Okay. Now let me check the monitor. Yep, we're in the center. Okay. Now what I've got to do is try and squash this whole thing over. In other words, to best describe what I'm talking about would be, I would push down with my finger and smear the whole thing this way. It's not quite straight. I don't want to just suddenly have everything collapse on me either. Okay, now this one right here I think is digging in. If I was to, I've got to try and hold this down and pry this one up. This isn't working. I need something that I can get in there besides my finger. I'm going to probably poke my eye out here with the other end of this. Lift it up just a little bit so if I could, because what's happening is when I'm pushing down like this, it's digging in right there. Maybe if I was to go like, use this end of the holder downer. Let me check, am I still in the field of view? Yeah, sort of. Okay, and hook into it and get it unhooked out of there. There we go. It's kind of going. Maybe, I wonder if there was some way, maybe if I put that heat-resistant mat right here, and then push down in the right place, push down with the holder downer, sort of hold it over like that. Like right now, it's pretty much perfect. Well, kind of perfect. It'd be nice if it was more out in the corner. But it won't take very much to hold it there, like this solder joint. Oh no. I broke off the other, oh. I broke off my other connections that I thought were so strong. Well, are they all broken off now? No. No, this one here is fairly good yet. Okay, you know what? This one here I've got more on than I've got more on this one right here than any of the others, and that's probably why I'm going to have to just resolder this quickly off camera. Oh, for heaven's sakes! Well, you know what? I am having fun, really. Yes. Our sunrise this morning was non-existent. Yeah, it was, you might say, invisible. In other words, you couldn't see it. It was sort of behind the cloud. It looked like it was going to rain first thing this morning. And then slowly it started to clear up. A couple hours later, looking over the bridge here, you can actually see it's, you can almost see the sun. Now, you'd never know it right now, because right now the sun is shining brightly. What am I doing inside here on this beautiful day? Okay. I don't know if you can see the clock or not, but time is really getting on here. All right. Wonder if I should maybe tape these ends down here. I don't think it'll make a difference, but why not? Yesterday I was watching UK Jason with one of his latest uploads, and he was showing his garden that he's got in the backyard. I don't know what they call it over there, but over here we would call that the backyard. And he's got a lot of nice stuff growing there, a little bit of vegetables and so on. But anyways, his flowers were really nice. And here's me with only one flower in my yard. And I saw that this morning when I looked out the front window around 5 o'clock this morning when I drew the drapes back, and here's this little flower trying to grow right in the middle of the grass all by itself. Yeah, I remember, I guess it was the first year that my wife's Alzheimer's was a little bit noticeable. She wanted to plant flowers, so we went to the what's the word I'm looking for? Not florist, but where you buy flowers. And we bought a flat of flowers and brought them home, and she put them outside, and I thought she was going to work on them. And as the weeks went by, the flowers started dying, and I mentioned something about, are you not going to do anything with your flowers? And she never said anything. And she never put flowers in that year. That was the first year in many years she didn't put flowers in. Yeah, I should do something like that. Well, I've got one flower. What am I talking about? I'm okay. I got one flower. Okay. Now, what is going to be the best way to go about this? I'm thinking if I could maybe bring my holder down again, just to sort of hold everything, and get everything more or less in the right place the first time, and then just go around and solder it. But I'm going to do that off camera. I've wasted enough time here. Time is getting on, and it is a beautiful day out there right now, and I do want to get out. So, oh my goodness. Okay, today's pizza day is going to be a little bit different. I just took this out of the microwave a few minutes ago, and I'm only going to have one bite out of it. Just enough so that I can get one good in. And then I'm going to save the rest for when I get back from my bike ride later. Yeah, at least that's the plan. I don't know how it's going to go if I have, a taste of this. I might not be able to control myself here. Well, let's just go with our pepperoni, our pork. There's a little bit of chicken there too. I got a little bit of everything. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow.